I be on it all night, man, I be on it all day. Straight up pimp, if you want me, you can find me in the I'm on it, 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 I'm on it.
My peoples, what it is, I am T-WARD-Y.F.H.B. I'm back up in this thing, man. What it is, YouTube, what it is, what is happening with y'all this day today. Now on deck today, I got a classic, some classic OGs from back in the day. I'm about to unbox that I always wanted. When they originally came back out in March, I struck out. They were super limited, but luckily Nike did a restock and I was able to cop both pairs. I had one of the pairs a month ago and I waited until I got the other pair because I want to unbox both of them at the same time. Now let's get into it. So when these are released on the Nike sneakers app for the restock, I struck out on them. I don't know what happened. It took the money out my bank account, but then it said, sorry, you didn't get the shoe. So I was confused about what happened. I guess it was a glitch in the system or something at the time. So struck out on the sneakers app. The next day, the store Miami name unknown, and I was able to cop from them. It says the receipt from the unknown store. What is it? Adventure, Florida. And here you have the Air Max 1 30th anniversary. This is a size 10.5. I'll go up a size 10.5 in Air Max. The color spectrum is white and university red. Retail value at 140 of them smackaroos. There are a couple of similarities and differences between the March pair, the OG March pair, and the OG restock pair. One of the similar things is the orange box top, and you have your gray striping on the side. Now, a difference is the style code. I won't read the whole style code. I just give you the last three. The OG pair that released in March, the last three of the style code is 100, and the restock pair is 103. So let's get into the box. Both the pair that came out in March and the restock pair has this Air Max 1 title in the box top. Now the pair that came out in March had a dust bag and a booklet inside. The restock pair doesn't come with that. Oh man, these are clean. Clean, man. Clean. Oh yeah. Here it is, the Nike Air Max 1 30th anniversary, man. This is history, man. History. I'm happy to add these things to my collection, man. These things are clean. I could say these clean 1,000 times and it still won't be enough, man. The history of this shoe, man. This is a Tinker Hatfield shoe. This is one of the first, if not the first, shoes Tinker Hatfield designed with Nike. I'm gonna get into more of the history with Tinker Hatfield designing this shoe in a little bit, but one of the things I noticed is this classic OG orange hang tag. These used to come on Jordans back in the day, but now they put these this thick Jumpman hang tag on it. I would Nike Jordan brand, please go back to these give another touch to the true OG form of the shoe. Another thing I noticed is these white shoelaces. I was looking at it at first like, why they give us two white shoelaces, but I see one is shiny and one is just flat white. I did some research on trying to see what are the differences between the March pair and the restock pair, and what I found was very small. You're really not gonna be able to tell unless you got, I don't have the other shoe to compare it to. Actually seen another video and other pictures, and you can actually see the difference. And here's what I saw. I'm gonna start with the eyelets. I think I said it right. With the March pair, it was a little lighter than this restock pair. The restock pair is darker than the March pair. Also, once you go down to the the suede mudguard. The OG March pair, the mudguard went straight across. It didn't slant, kind of. This got a slight slant, and you're not gonna be able to tell on how the other shoe. But the midsole right here, the March pair was more of a matte finish, whereas the Restock pair has more of a glossy finish to it. It's a couple more things that are different between the two, but those three things right there are the ones that kind of stood out to me. So I'm gonna get on to the next pair. I don't want to make this video too long. To the second pair, zip thing right here. Oh, they got a little fast with it. Oh, okay then. Okay then. I was up one morning getting ready for work, and I saw Sneakers and Stuff drop that link saying they had these, and I had to hurry up and cop them things. I think Sneakers and Stuff is overseas. I think it's in Sweden or something like that. Here is Sneakers and Stuff. The little logo right there. The other pair right here, and the color spectrum of this pair is white, a game royal, neutral gray, and they didn't put the price on there because the camera overseas is not US dollars. So let's see what these look like, man. Let's see what these look like. Same thing, same box, anniversary box. Oh man. Oh man. And here you have the Air Max 1 anniversary game royal. I don't know which one I like better, man. I like both these things, man. Both of them clean to me. As you see, they come with the same hang tag, and also come with the white laces. And what I want to get into now is the history of this shoe. I saw a documentary on Tinker Hatfield and what inspired him to expose this air bubble in the midsole. I took a few clips from the documentary, and hopefully I won't get flagged for it, and I want to share it with you all so y'all will know the history.
My name's Tinker Hatfield, and I have been a shoe designer at Nike and a corporate architect, and now I'm vice president of design and special projects. I was originally hired at Nike in 1981 as the corporate architect. So my first 4.5 years at Nike were spent mostly designing office spaces and showrooms. When I was asked to start designing shoes, and it was actually a request by someone here at Nike, I jumped at the chance because I realized for the environment I was in and for the future that designing shoes was where the real action was. The very first more high-profile project, and as it turns out, a very controversial one, was really the Air Max, the original Air Max with a visible air window, and along with it, some other shoes. And I had been to Paris. I had known about this very interesting, very innovative, and very controversial building called the Georges Pompidou Center. To see this large, almost machine-like building sort of spilling its guts out into the world. In other words, you could just see everything. You could see the escalators and the heating and air conditioning. You could see the levels of you know, the different parts of the museum, and I could see people. It really inspired me because it really shook the world of architecture. It shook the world of urban design. It really changed the way people looked at buildings. I don't know if I was thinking, well, now I'm going to go design a shoe based off of this. I don't think I was thinking that way. I just remember being really super influenced by it and having my architectural senses sort of turned upside down. Technically tried to increase the size of our airbag cushioning. So the encapsulated airbags that we were using for, especially in the heel cushioning, were a little bit smaller. They were encased inside all of this polyurethane, and you couldn't see it. And really, most people didn't understand what air was.
We have finally designed a bag that puts the largest amount of air into the shoes for cushioning, but we've also widened the bag so that we're not sacrificing stability at all.
Well, that's great, but how are we going to fit an air sole this wide into our midsoles?
Yeah, but why not just show it?
You know, it's not a bad idea to let people actually see what an airbag looks like. As a matter of fact, I've got a drawing here that actually shows what a shoe could look like with a visible window in the heel.
I'm fully convinced that had I not seen the building, I might not have suggested that we actually expose this airbag and make it visual, and actually let people see inside the shoe. When you do something different, you have to have a pretty thick skin. People are going to take shots at you. They're going to criticize what they don't understand. And I just remember people being very upset about it, and the head of marketing for running was not in favor of that shoe, and just couldn't see how that we could sell a shoe that had a hole in the side of it that you know, people thought it was going to be too vulnerable, and the airbags would be punctured, and that it just didn't look like a normal running shoe. And even the color of the shoe, which would have this bright red sort of rand or this stripe all the way around the bottom, just above the midsole. If you go to the back to the Pompidou Center, not only did Piano and his team expose all of the inside of the structure and the mechanical systems, but he painted everything in bright colors because he wanted those things to be visible from a distance, and that to be striking, and to maybe shake people up even a little bit more. And I think that's what happened with the Air Max too. I really wanted to just push it as far as I could possibly push it without being fired. I believe that that entire air pack of shoes, including the Air Max, was probably pretty pivotal in changing around Nike's sort of
So
direction.
that is Tinker Hatfield, the GOAT, the greatest of all time in my opinion, of shoe designers, being creative and innovative. If you didn't know, Tinker Hatfield is the creator of the Jordan 3 on up. I think he's still working on later models, I'm not sure. Back in the day, Jordan, he almost left Nike, I believe, for Adidas. When Tinker Hatfield came with the Jordan 3, Jordan liked it, and the rest is history. Now, with all that being said, what I need you to do is hit that like, subscribe, and comment. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think about these Air Max 1, these University Red, and these Game Royals, man. These clean scene steppers, man. But most of all, rock that belt and that corner, man, so you can be a part of that T-WARD notification squad, man. Until then, I'm out like a light.
I'm not the type that get involved in long relationships, taking trips and buying gifts. I'm sorry, I'm not on that tip. If you want romance, you should just stick